Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, long-term counseling recommended for quarantined Fijians. Lands Ministry relooks at service delivery. And new X-ray machines to enhance services.
From the studios of FBC Suva.
Empower Pacific reveals that a good number of Fijians who have been quarantined are earmarked for long-term counseling and psychosocial support. Mental health specialist Prem Singh says these are for those with extreme cases such as trauma counseling, clinical depression or suicidal ideation. Singh adds this is to ensure their service will give Fijians in quarantine facilities a new perspective with whatever mental or emotional challenges they're grumbling with.
In our given time period, which is 2 weeks of quarantine for the guests, we are able to at least provide them with one counseling session that actually sets them for life, and later on we are looking into carrying out follow-up sessions post-quarantine.
The Lands Ministry has admitted they've received numerous complaints against the ministry service delivery. Minister Chonu Samati says this has forced the ministry to review and re-strategize its operations in order to fast-track lease and title application processes. Usamati says a major overhaul will be done to the services to ensure they address these issues.
There's always been one that has been a lot of complaints. It is known by so we have looked at it together with the Permanent Secretary about some of the things that we need to do. Previous administrations have tried to improve this, but we still need to make the improvement. The Ministry and the Permanent Secretary team go through all of our processes, all of the procedures, map them out, check how it's being done, see whether people are adhering to it, and then change those processes.
Additional seats may be included in Parliament based on increasing voter numbers. The Fijian Elections Office confirms there were 650,000 voters registered as of December last year, in line with annual trends since 2014. Edwin Nunn reports.
Come 2022, there could be up to 670,000 registered voters.
The Electoral Commission will be using these statistics together with other statistics to decide on the number of seats in the next parliament. And together with that, a lot of the operational processes will be designed based on the statistics that we put forward today.
The Fijian Elections Office carried out detailed adjudication to ensure there are no errors in the voter numbers.
We obtain records from the Birth, Deaths and Marriages Registry. We also get records from the Fiji National Provident Fund, the Fiji Correction Services, the Department of Immigration.
The matching records are verified further, as I mentioned, the secondary verification, where we do call verification using the contacts available in the system. And second verification is done through the next of kin.
The FEO has decided to hold off on national voter registration drives until next year, but registration numbers have not swayed from previous years.
At roughly 6-month intervals, the number increase is just around 6,000 voters, or as we do say 12,000 in a year.
Preparations for 2022 are factoring in the new normal created by COVID-19 and the fact that many people have moved since March last year. The earliest an election could be held is April 2022.
Issues faced by many Fijians regarding the old conventional X-ray methods will now be a thing of the past following the launch of the new portable digital X-ray machines. The Health Ministry faced many challenges in the past, including shortage of wet films for X-ray. The 2022 new portable digital X-ray machines will allow the Ministry to iron out many issues faced in the past.
There's no doubt that digital radiology is the way forward. We've seen challenges with the wet film, which is the old conventional method. The pandemic worldwide, as as you know, one of the biggest problems is with pneumonia and cough. So a lot of people around the world are getting X-rays. And so the availability of wet films has reduced remarkably.
The European Union has upcoming projects to help Fiji out with its COVID-19 downfall. EU Ambassador for the Pacific, Sujiro Sim, says they have been working together with Fiji through drastic times and they've responded back through their budget support. He says the upcoming projects will complement the previous budget support agreement of $50 million that was provided in 2020. Sim hopes that assistance provided to the people in response to Tropical Cyclone Yasa will help them get back on their feet.
In particular, we have a project on access to justice, and we have a set of projects from civil society organizations which cover a wide range of issues, from governance to resilience to climate change to food security.
Close to 3,000 families from around the country seek assistance from the Ronald McDonald House Charities Family Room at the CWM Hospital in Suva every month. This has prompted the charity organization to build a similar room at the Lambasa Hospital to cater for the needs of people in Vanuatu. The chair says that $10,000 donation from Esco Motors Foundation yesterday will boost their North project.
The new Lambasa project will house 11 rooms, and it will enable parents of sick children to stay close to their children when they're in the hospital being treated. The facilities also have working kitchens, accommodation, and also bathrooms and facilities for clothes washing and drying.
And a new wholesale corporate bonds regulation issued by the Reserve Bank will now guide Fijian businesses wishing to raise funds through bonds. It will also make Fiji's finance sector more competitive. Reserve Bank of Fiji Governor Arif Ali says with the ongoing COVID-19 crisis and its impact on businesses, the development of the corporate bond market with its potential to finance new projects is timely policy intervention. Ali says this new initiative businesses will reduce their dependency on a single funding source and improve competitiveness. The International Finance Corporation conducted a study of Fiji's corporate bond market in 2019 and found that while there was a thriving government bond market, there had been no corporate bonds issued in recent years. The study also found that to have a functioning corporate bond market, there were legal and regulatory gaps that need to be addressed. Up ahead, Core Games decision excites athletes, and Tempadamu ready for Uprising Sevens.
Up ahead, Uprising Sevens pools drawn, and ample time for Lambasa to prepare for CVC.
Former athletes are astounded with the return of the Coca-Cola Games. The National Secondary School meet has been given the green light to commence this season. Some former athletes say it has returned at the right time as it gives athletes a sense of normalcy and something to look forward to.
What I've seen, it's just keep growing. You know, the old scholars are getting crazy because of Coca-Cola Games, and I think it's one of the main contribution for young athletes before they go up to the next level.
It gives a lot of these school students something to look forward to, and at the same time a sense of identity. Nowadays people can make a living out of sport.
It's been a stiff year for them. They didn't really do much last year. And, I'd like to see the Coca-Cola Games go on this year. The kids have been training really hard, and a lot of people are looking forward to that as well.
Tamadamu Rugby Club believes having more local sevens tournaments is helping its players upskill their talent. The Navua-based club was part of the inaugural Super 7 series and is now also part of the Uprising Sevens tournament. Manager Basilio Vakonivalu says this tournament is a great platform for the players as club agents from across the world will be watching them. Vakonivalu adds after finishing 6th in the Super 7 series last week, the team is rectifying its weaknesses.
We're not going to Sevens in Fiji is top tier, and every year players improve, so we want to take this opportunity not only to win but to showcase our talent and maybe be able to impress selectors.
While the Fiji Sevens squad is slowly getting some valuable game times in local tournaments, New Zealand is also starting its program with the Olympics in just 6 months. All Black Sevens coach Clark Laidlaw and his assistant Tomasi Dama Jr. have brought in 2 youngsters into the squad who are expected to light up the Sevens world this season. The Fiji Football Association's top priority at the moment is the safety and welfare of its players. With the adverse weather conditions forecasted for the weekend, Fiji FA has had to postpone the Suva and Lambasa's champions versus champions match on Friday and Sunday. Fiji FA Chief Executive Mohamed Yusuf says though they will be behind by a week, this has not affected the association's calendar as a whole.
Things moving back, it will not affect the entire schedule or calendar. But we need to be very mindful of the weather conditions, the safety of the people and the players, and of course we want to play football in a very good weather condition and fine pitch.
We can expect some gusty wind and scattered showers mixed with sunshine during the day today, with an increasing chance of rain overnight. Friday looks like more of the same. That's FBC Morning News. Join us at 7 p.m. for a major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good morning.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।